Hi everyone, it's the Assyrian priestess with you. I hope this finds you well. In today's reading, I'm asking the cards, how can I be a better version of myself? How can I be a better version of myself? What advice does the oracle have for me to just show up in a more loving way? I don't know. What do I need to do? How do I need to show up for myself and for the world? Okay, we've got a few cards coming out. Let's see. Here we have Ariane rod with the words life direction. We have the priestess of Avalon, healing, and then we have the goddess Bridget, radiance. I like how all three of these images have a woman, a goddess, a priestess, just with her hair flying, blowing in the wind. I really see like the answer to this question number one is to really take charge of your direction. To really take charge of where you're going. I see that you're entering a new phase of yourself, a new era of wisdom, and this is because here we have the white-haired goddess. This is a goddess who has traveled many paths and seen many journeys, and she's flanked by the owl, and here we have the moon. But she holds the moon in her hand, almost like it's a drum, and she's weaving. So karma and fate here are sort of playing out for you right now. And I think there's a level of you're coming into your true power right now. I feel like this is really a message for the times. There's a lot playing out. And it's up to all of us to come into our fullness. No matter the stage that you're in. The second card here is ancient knowledge, healing, initiation, and divine inspiration. A priestess is someone who has studied the arts of healing and divination. So you might actually be graduating from school or graduating on a metaphorical sense, like something about you just feels new. Feels different, feels older, feels ready. You're just ready to offer what you know to others. Again, no matter the stage that you're in, whether you're young, whether you're old, whether you're an elder. And this offering of yours, this wielding of your power and this gathering the women as well. I don't know if you need to call a gathering, but it's going to be very empowering and passionate and wonderful. It's going to birth something new for you. It's going to give you a new radiance, a new sense of joy. So if you've been very internal, so Ariane Rod 2, Goddess of the Moon, you might have been hiding or in hibernation for a while, and now it's time to come out. It's also the equinox and the turning of the seasons. So if you've had an internal season or an internal period, you might be feeling the urge to call a gathering. And this gathering can still be private and secret. It doesn't have to mean that you must, divulge anything to the world. But this beautiful gathering or this beautiful idea that you have or this beautiful connection you want to make will reinvigorate you. It'll reinvigorate you. And if you've been very busy and very in community and it's time for you to rest, that will also renew you as well. So it goes both ways. Let's see what the tarot has to say. I'm reading from Mary L. one of my absolute favorite decks of all time, the most beautiful book and research and just gnosis. So here we have the Knight of Cups, the Three of Swords, the Lovers, the King of Discs, and the Four of Discs. All right. You've done a lot of healing. And it's time now for you to come together with another part of you or another person. It's just time. And we have the Four of Discs. And it's going to be very stable. I'm just going to cover the King of Discs just for modesty reasons. So there's a longing in your heart that keeps calling, and this longing has been linked to a lot of agony, a lot of emotional agony, emotional pain. But it's still, there's something about you that knows you need to engage with an other. That other might be the community. It might be offering your services somehow to the world. It's doing something in a very practical and real way to build something. So this might be, if you've been offered the cup of love or an invitation to an event or an invitation to connect with someone or something, and that someone or something, there's a theme of, in my past I've really struggled with this thing. The advice here is to give it another go. Because when you give it another go, this time I feel like it's going to be done in a different way. It's going to be done in a way that really has the long term in mind. And it's funny because my question today was, how do I show up as the best version of myself? So I think the best version of yourself is offering healing to others from the place of your woundedness. It's making that pledge. So, I've met a lot of people who have experienced great loss, but how they've healed that loss for themselves is offering to the community, starting some sort of organization or charity or service. It's offering it to the world because of love, because loving and being loved is the best way you can show up. And the way that you can show up in a loving way is practically building something, cooking something, planting something, like creating a structure of sorts, creating something solid and tangible. And you don't have to rush in a gung-ho way. Got the Hanged Man, the card of Pisces. Pisces is an energy, an archetype of restraint. And that restraint doesn't mean you're repressed. It's a type of restraint of knowing that even if this inspiration exists just inside of me, that's good enough. That's fulfilling. Pisces doesn't need to be affirmed or validated. Pisces just knows who they are and what's good. It's also the card of someone who's deeply reflective, deeply, the Hanged Man is a very spiritual card. This was, this is from the ancient myth of the old gods who would literally hang themselves from a tree by their feet, upside down, to achieve an out-of-body experience. So there's a level of spiritual, I want to say, coming to terms. Also not acting, not rushing. Pisces doesn't rush. Pisces takes their time. The Star, another very gentle energy. And the Star is a healing card, and it covers the Three of Swords. There's some hope here when you thought there was none. And it's time for you to show up in the world where you can show others that despite loss and despite illness and despite, the struggles of life, one can still shimmer and shine. I think, in this day and age, a lot of young people are getting the message that, one has to be perfect and beautiful and own the latest stuff and constantly be posting, and it's time we shifted that balance a bit. It's time we showed up with some hard-won truths and some leadership and some good stories. Here we see the Queen Cleopatra, the Justice card. It's showing up right. And by showing up right, it means telling the truth about yourself, telling the truth about your life. I think a lot of people can mistake success and mistake wisdom as, oh, well, she had it easy. But very few leaders and very few elders had an easy life. And I think it's important to tell those stories now. I see here in this woman a very ancient lady who has also maybe experienced war, experienced crisis, been displaced from conflict zones. It's telling the truth about that. It's showing up for justice. The Four of Cups with the Ace of Cups in the shadow. There will be other storms, but we can weather them, and we can really only weather them in community. Yeah, this reading, I'm getting a really strong sense of women showing up in our authentic, ancient power. And if you're a man or a non-binary person, these are your deities or your ancestors behind you, with you, aiding you. I do see the triple goddess here. The fiery youth, the apprentice who's become a master, and the elder. The priestess is definitely part of that triple goddess energy. The maiden, the priestess, the crone. Yeah, this reading for me, to summarize, really is the best way you can show up is telling the truth about your life and expressing that there has been hardship and grief, but sharing how you've overcome it, not to encourage and corral people and lift their mood. I hate it when people do that. It's not about trying to cheer people up. The globe is in a crisis, is in a catastrophe. It's about showing up to do the work and to help, to connect people. And also really having that compassion that a lot of our community right now has witnessed a lot of strife, has witnessed war and very terrible crimes. But there's this level of healing that you have to offer. In whatever way you understand that to be. Sometimes healing can just be calling a gathering at your home of some long lost friends that haven't gathered in a while. It might even just be lighting a candle for the world. So yeah, I won't continue further. A beautiful reading, folks. I hope this finds you in the spirit that it was sent. And I would really like your comments, your likes, your subscribes, your shares. Maybe share this with someone that you know who needs to hear it. As always, I will leave you with my love and courage until we meet again. Bye for now.